Hey guys, my name is Bibo, and today I am here with Ryan from Helvetiq Games, and we are going to be playing a game called Team Up. And this is a cooperative game that is good for anybody that likes toys or games, and it's available exclusively through your company,
Toysmith.
Toysmith, and they are a United States distributor, so you can find this at game stores all over the country. But we're gonna play a game of this, and then we're gonna play an even harder version of the game after we've played this.
Yes, absolutely. So Team Up is a great game for anybody who enjoys efficient packing of spaces. Whether that could be packing your family car, going on vacation and trying to get all your needs in and you find the little space, or packing a pallet.
Home from Gen Con.
Home from Gen Con, exactly, with all of your stuff that you just bought. And so it can be really, obsessive compulsive to create the tightest pallet possible.
I like it.
And I think the best way is to just kind of dive in.
I think every Costco definitely needs to buy this.
It actually was introduced, and the logistics company in Europe gave it away as a present for their holiday giveaway to their employees. So,
oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, right? It's a great
Perfect.
story.
Okay, well, which piece do we start out with on this beautiful palette?
Great. So there's one neutral block here with no color on it, and that is the block you start with. You take your neutral block and place it in the corner of the palette any way you wish. It can be on its side, vertical, laying down, however you want, as long as it's in a corner.
Okay.
And that is kind of the start of the game.
All right.
What you have here are game pieces of certain shapes, sizes, and colors, and the cards as part of it will tell you which piece to place. It is up to us to decide where on the palette we're going to place it.
Okay.
And then as we go through, we can explain a couple ways you can't stack these packages. But I think it'll be pretty explanatory as we play.
Can we call them board games for the rest of the game?
Board games, okay.
This is a palette. We're bringing it home from Gen Con, and we're trying to fit all of our board games.
Okay, you got it. Yes,
These
absolutely. These are board games.
Yeah.
Yes, and they're fragile, so you always have to make sure that they're facing the right direction, which means the color always has to be facing up.
Otherwise, your cards and dice are going to be all over the box.
All over the box. And I'm sure there's a bunch of glass pieces in there that, they need to be packed tightly.
Glass board games. They're the most popular. All right, so let's get started.
All right, let's get started. So go ahead and flip a card over.
Okay. So this looks like it's any shape.
Of these rectangles here, of any color. So you just go ahead and choose one and place it on the palette so that it touches another box. Great.
Okay.
And as long as it touches a box, you are, that is a good placement.
Okay.
All right, so then I'll flip the next card. Oh, so this is great. So this card says any red block that is available to put down. And I am going to choose one of these long ones because they can be a challenge to place sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, great. Okay, so I've got any white block.
Correct.
And I think I'm also going to place one of these right next to over here because I can't mirror yours right next to it, right?
Correct.
Okay.
You could not place it there. That is considered a mirror. And you can also not place it directly on top of the same shape. That would be considered a mirror.
Okay.
So your placement is perfect right there. All right, so all right, we keep playing. So that's a square. So that would be any of these over here. And oh man, I think I'm gonna place this red one. I don't know, here in this corner.
Okay. Alrighty, so I've got this one or this one.
Yeah.
The height on this is a max of 5 blocks high, right?
5 blocks high, correct, is
Okay.
the goal.
So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to place it right over here so we kind of have a meter so we can see exactly where we're trying to build.
Correct, because now that is considered 5 blocks high there. Okay, good job. Let's see. Oh, another square. All right. Should probably get rid of one of these. And let's just go ahead and place it right there.
Okay. Now I've got any color teal block. And I am a little bit worried about placing these blocks, so I'm going to place this one right here since it's not mirroring any of those other ones.
That is correct. Oh, wow. Okay, another teal. Let's see. I am going to place...
I'm not sure if we mentioned it earlier, but the colors have to be facing up. And so we can't put any of these on their side, right?
Correct. That is absolutely correct.
Okay, so we've got reds. And I can't mirror that white, even though I would really like to. So I guess I'm going to take this piece, and I'm going to put it right here.
Okay, great. Okay, any white block? Man, what should I do? I think I'm going to do this here.
That's what I would have done.
All right.
Okay, I'm getting nervous now. Now, do we play until the deck is out?
Wow, okay, this is a great question. We play until we feel comfortable that we have no more turns. So if we turn over a card and we don't have a block that we can play, that's a penalty point. That goes against our score.
Okay.
So maybe we should have stopped before we turned over that card.
Okay.
But the other thing is you also lose points for any unused game, board game, sorry. Any unused board game that you don't place on your pallet.
Well, right, because then you can't get it home.
And you just have to leave it behind? Like, who wants that?
Only monsters do that. Don't buy board games you can't take home, kids. Okay.
All right, so now any red. Oh man. I really want to place that there, but I can't because it would mirror the white. All right, let's take this and place it right there.
Oh yeah, we might be in trouble in that corner.
Oh.
We're not going to complete level 1. Oh no, we messed up. That's okay. Next round, we'll beat our score, right?
Right.
Okay, and I can't place that red there because it's mirrored, but I do have to place this red somewhere, and I am short. I guess I'll put it right there. We're not even going to get the first level.
We're not even going to get the first level on
Whoops.
this. Oops. So any teal.
You're supposed to stop me from doing these things.
Oh, sorry.
Okay. All right. And I can't have any overhang, right? So I can't.
Correct.
I couldn't put this in here.
Correct. That would
Despite
be
wanting to.
That would be a bad choice.
Okay.
And also illegal. Yes.
No breaking laws.
No breaking laws.
Must abide by board game laws.
Wait. Just gonna place it down over here.
Okay. That is this one.
Correct.
And it has to go up, and that is going to go over.
Right.
But this would not go over. So I'm going to set that right there.
Correct. Oh man.
We do not have any of those. That's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
I
So.
think that we are running out of things to place.
Okay. Wow. So, do you want to stop?
Should we stop and then beat our score? Because there's nothing we can put in the single slot.
That is true. That is absolutely true. Okay, so let's stop, and we are going to beat this score.
Okay.
So the way that you do this is you take the cards that you played,
Including the penalties.
including the penalties.
Okay.
So our score right now, so there's one, we just got negative score.
Great.
So one penalty is -1, plus every block is 1 point. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So wow, we got -11. How did we get a negative? Like, wow, we're terrible.
Have you ever gotten a negative score in this?
I have not. This is a first. This is a first for me.
Awesome.
But I have confidence we will beat it in the next round. So
We just have to complete the first level and we're good.
complete the first level, not mirror anything. Let's concentrate on that.
Okay.
And and let's go for it. So, the cards that we did not use in the first round, we discard.
Okay.
Take the cards we did use.
Shuffle them?
Nope, don't
Nope.
shuffle. It's the exact same order. Just flip them over. We dismantle the pallet here. And
Well, it's easy to dismantle because everything is just coming off
yes.
face up. That's easy.
Right. Okay.
Oh, except for this one fell off the train.
Okay, so
okay.
do we want to leave the neutral block the way it is? Or do we want to move it?
Let's move it.
Okay, go ahead.
Let's put it on its side.
Okay, great.
I don't trust it.
All right, so go ahead and flip over the first card.
All right, same order. This time we're gonna do better.
Yes, we have to beat -11.
It's gonna be challenging. Okay, I'm gonna put this right here.
Perfect. Okay, any red? Let's do this here.
Perfect. All right. White, and I cannot mirror it,
Correct.
but I can put this right here so we don't end up
Yes.
in the same situation as last time.
We are learning. We
Yes.
are learning. All right, any square.
You're never too old to learn. All right, so this is where I get nervous. This is where I mess things up. Okay, so it's got to be standing up one.
Yeah.
That would make things more challenging. I'm going to put it right up here.
Okay.
I try not to mess things up.
All right, another square. Let's do that.
Seems like a safe bet.
Yes.
Awesome. So I'm going to set this right here. We're going to try to fill in this little corner over here.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Oh, good. Any teal. So I can fill in that corner.
Awesome. We got at least 5 points.
At least 5 points. We completed the first level on this.
Okay.
Okay, so let's keep going here.
Red. Any red.
Yep.
I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in right there.
That's a great placement. Good job. Let's see here. White. Any white. So I want to use these towers early so we don't get stuck. Maybe in the corner there.
Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, another one of those. I can't mirror you, but I can put this here. That way we can fit something in
Yes.
there.
Yes.
Cool. Perfect.
All right, so another red.
That could work.
Right in here, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now
so
things are getting tricky.
now
This is
things
not
are
a
getting-
dexterity game. It's okay to fix them. Although you could make it high stakes if you made it a dex game. Lose points for messing up. Okay. Any one of these two.
Mhm.
And it doesn't matter if the same colors are touching each other, right?
It does not matter.
Okay.
All right, so any teal. Wow, I would love a teal flat square right there, but I don't have it.
Nope. And it can't hang over the edge. But it looks like there's space for this guy.
Right there?
Yep.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. What's that?
Oh!
White square. We're getting level 2 done. Woo!
All right, fantastic. So good. So now we have 10 points because we've completed 2 levels.
Okay.
Okay,
Awesome.
so another white. What do you think?
We've got room for it.
Ooh.
This is a board game masterpiece.
Okay, let's do that. Does that work?
Yeah, it works.
That can work. That can work. Okay, good.
Okay.
I'm happy with that.
Okay, so one of these.
Yep.
And thankfully, the one below it seems to be doing just fine.
All right, so we only have one more card, remember. Oh, okay, great. So we can place this
Right there.
right there.
We almost got 3 levels.
Almost got 3 levels. So right now we've got 2 complete levels, so 5, 10 points. And now we just have to count up our penalties because we have unused board games here. We've left these behind.
Tragedy.
Tragedy. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
We scored 1 point.
We scored 1 point.
That's
which is
awesome.
better. Which is better than -11.
Yes.
All right, fantastic. So that is how you play Team Up, and hopefully everybody gets better than -11 points on the first try. But if you don't, there's a good chance you will beat it
There's
in the
always
second
hope.
round. So yeah, perfect again for anybody who is obsessive compulsive about creating tight spaces.
Or just needs to know how to pack all of their board games home from Gen Con.
Yeah.
So it's a great game, and it's available everywhere.
It's also, available everywhere. Independent toy and game shops have access to it as well as online.
Cool.
Yeah, and we're really excited about Team Up, the high quality wood piece game from Helvetiq. And
Cool. Do you have any other games that are coming out at Gen Con?
we do. We have one more game. It's called Top Spin, and it is a fantastic game that you play in the box in which it comes in. It contains 4 ramps on the inside with some holes that are numbered 1 through 12, a series of marbles, and a top. And 2 ways to play. You spin the top, the marbles shoot into the holes with the numbers, and if after a few rounds, if you're the first person to fill every number, you win.
Okay.
Or you can play in battle mode, which is spin the top with only 3 marbles inside, and you're constantly trying to beat the person before you, their total number. So if I get a marble in number 6, number 3, and number 1, that's 10 points.
Okay.
I would pass the box to you with the marbles in it, you would spin, and you would try to get more than 10 points.
Awesome.
And if you got 11, then we go to the next person, and they try and beat 11.
Okay.
If they don't, they lose a life, and then they spin again to set the bar again. And the first person, or the person who outlasts everybody else up to 3 lives, wins the game.
Cool.
That way. So, and there's many different options. You can make your own rules with that game. It's a great all ages game. If you can add a few numbers, you can play. It's also, a great travel game because it all is in one.
Are you selling both of them here at Gen Con?
We are.
Cool.
They're both available.
What booth number?
2956.
Cool.
In Entrepreneurs Row. So,
Okay.
because it is the first year that Helvetiq is showing, and we are really happy with how the traffic has been so far. Lots of positive energy. People are loving demoing the games, and Team Up has been bestseller so far.
Is this your first Gen Con ever?
Yes, it's my first year.
What has been your impression of this? I feel like Gen Con has a very different energy than any other convention I go to because there's so many new releases. Everybody's here for something they're excited for, or like 50,000 things that they're excited for that they have to pallet home.
Yeah, I mean, the energy here is palpable. You can just feel it as you walk through the hall.
Yeah.
The amount of smiles I see, just the general openness of people walking by, you say hi, and they're like, hey, what kind of games do you have? Let's see what you've got. You play one, and like, what's the other one you have? Like, people will spend time in your booth if they're having a good time. And so I've been, I don't want to say pleasantly surprised, but I've been actually overwhelmed with how many people are coming through, all the positivity that everybody has. And I was fortunate that I went to Essen in Germany last fall for the first time, so I experienced that, which gave me a sense of what the show might be about.
Prepared you.
Prepared me a little bit, but I was walking and kind of observing the show. I was not working it. And so it's different experience working in a booth. And yeah, it's been fantastic. And we're partnering with a local retailer. The Toy Box on Thursday, today and tomorrow is running the sales in our booth. So they're out of Nashville, Indiana. And then Tweedledee Toys out of Franklin, Indiana will be here Saturday and Sunday helping us out. So,
Awesome.
you get to support a local retailer if you buy in our booth.
Your games too.
And support our games, yeah. So
Cool.
yeah.
What's the best food that you've had in Indy so far?
The best food I've had in Indy. Well, I'm actually I'm gonna go off script a little bit and say the best drink I've had. Can I say
Okay.
that?
Yeah,
Is that
absolutely.
okay? So I'm a big fan of Upland Brewery, and they're based in Bloomington, Indiana.
Okay.
They're my favorite brewery in the entire world. Their Dragonfly IPA is
Yep.
the best beer I've ever had.
It's popular.
So that is one thing that I look forward to every time I come back to the Midwest. And then back here, it's summer, corn on the cob, and burgers. Like, great American classic.
Fair enough.
So,
I love all of those things.
yeah.
My favorite restaurant in Indy, at least for Gen Con, is Spoken Steel. It's right next to St. Elmo's Steakhouse.
Oh.
It is the most delightful thing I've ever had.
All right.
A couple years ago, they had this fantastic cheese plate that was like a baked brie, basically, and it was called Trillium, and it had like balsamic glaze and cashews and almonds and various fruits all over it, and of course it came with this delicious baguette that you were able to dip inside of the cheese. It like melted my soul, and the first time that I tried it, I came back every single night following. So I really like Indy food.
So are we almost done so we can go eat?
Yeah, we'll see you guys later. We're going to go to Spoken Steel.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm originally from Indiana, so it's always fun to come back. And
Do you have family here?
not in Indianapolis, so in South Bend is where I kind of grew up, and then went to school down in Bloomington at Indiana University, and I have family in Northern Illinois and Wisconsin now. So
Okay.
Yeah, Midwest, born and raised. I live out west, just outside Seattle right now. It's where Toysmith is based.
Cool.
And it's like a homecoming coming back here. So
How did you end up in Seattle?
moved for a career, for a job.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was a great opportunity to experience out west, and so
For this job or a different one?
different job. Yeah,
Cool.
different job. But I've been really excited to be in the toy industry so far, and
How long have you been in it?
2.5 years.
Cool.
And yeah, I'll never forget my first day. Showed up, signed my employment paperwork, and got my computer, went to the airport, hopped on an airplane, and went to Germany for Toy Fair in Germany. My first day.
No.
Never been in the toy industry. And I had to go to the largest toy fair in the world and make something of it, find brands to distribute, have conversations with people about an industry I was just learning, and I will never forget that first experience, ever. Sink or swim, trial by fire, whatever you want to call it.
Fake it till you make it.
Fake it till you make it. It was a great experience. Yeah,
Awesome.
So.
Do you recommend Toy Fair to everybody?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Going over to Nuremberg and going to Toy Fair is incredible because you can see everything under one roof. Now there might be 12 connected roofs that you got to get to, but you can go and just see all the major brands in the world and see what they're releasing, make some connections, and of course New York Toy Fair is the premier toy fair here in the United States for the industry.
I'm trying to go this year.
Trying to go. Well, if you go, stop by our booth. We have a major presence.
Awesome.
And we'll walk you through all the new products. Who knows? Maybe give you some samples to play
Awesome.
with.
Yeah, I would totally play this. I mean, I have a lot of board games that I have to pack home, so this is really just, the whole time we were playing this, I was imagining that this was not a pallet, but instead my luggage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
When I travel, I carry on exclusively, so I pack pretty well, I hope. But I'm sure this will even make me even better.
I brought 3 other people with me from Seattle so I could have extra checked bags. Because I do not pack light. I bring my lights and my gear and all of the things. So
Sure.
audio equipment.
I'm hoping to purchase a few games here if I get some time to walk around. We'll see. I mean, so far, based on today, I'll have no time to walk around. 'cause
That's
our
what
booth
Gen Con is.
busy.
Yeah, it's very busy. I believe that I have every single hour of every single day that I'm awake accounted for, basically.
So what is your one piece of advice you could give me as a first-time attendee?
Oof. Buy protein bars and keep them in your bag because you're not going to have as much time to eat as you think. And if you do, you're going to end up eating very okay pizza. So it's just, it's good to have protein bars because it's busy.
Right.
It's super busy. And even with okay pizza, your blood sugar can still crash.
Right. Great.
So.
I will stop and pick some up because I will need them for the next 3 days.
Yes, definitely. And don't forget to buy lots of water.
Right.
Lots and lots of water.
Good advice. Yeah, I've noticed today I've been talking nonstop while I'm demoing, and then you have to like raise your volume every once in a while because just mass amounts of people are coming through and it gets loud.
Pick up cough drops too. You're going to need them by the end of day 2.
So my voice is going to go.
Your voice is going to go by the end of day 2.
So many great things.
I'm just preparing you.
Yeah, no, that's great. And I like to be prepared. I feel like I might need like a belt with some water bottles and some protein bars at hand.
This is a new business idea.
Yes, a convention belt.
Gen Con convention belts. Water bottles, cough drops.
Yes.
Breath mints.
Breath mints.
Deodorant. I need deodorant. I love Gen Con. I do. But there's so much walking. You can't help but like sweat, and it's hot out. So I always need. I'm grateful that this year we're super close in the Marriott, and so we can walk back and forth, and I'm not super worried about it. But there have been years where I was a hike like 20 minutes out.
Yeah, I'm 20-minute walk, but it's along the canal here, which is beautiful, and you know it's pretty to walk down in the mornings before it gets too hot out. You know, coming to the convention.
Yeah.
And luckily, it's not raining today, so it was a decent walk. Got to drink my coffee. I am from Seattle, so gotta have my coffee.
Oh, if you need coffee, I brought Cafe Vita with me, and a coffee grinder, so it's whole bean. Yeah,
okay.
Came prepared.
Yeah, so you're from the area then too.
Yeah.
From Seattle. Okay. That's how we roll.
It is. We bring coffee everywhere.
Yeah.
The canal, actually, 2 or 3 years ago, a friend and I just decided to pull an all-nighter and ride bikes along the canal all night and like just go planking for hours. It was amazing. I'll never forget that night.
Cool. Yeah, it's a great little part of town, and it's fun to see people out experiencing it, having recreation, running. There were lots of runners this morning.
Yep.
Yeah, people riding their bike. They were doing yoga in the grass.
What?
Yeah, acro yoga. So people were like holding other people up and flipping them around. And
I've always wanted to do that.
walking slack lines, connected to some trees. So, yeah, it's pretty active.
Slacklining is the most fun.
Yeah.
Challenging.
Challenging for sure, but great training, good for your core.
Super good for your
obviously good for your balance, and helps in a lot of different kinds of sports.
Yeah,
so.
and we had one at my climbing gym.
You're a climber.
Yep, rock climbing.
I'm a climber as well.
Awesome. What have you been climbing?
Oh, wow. Well, mainly been concentrating on bouldering ever since I moved out to Washington. There is endless granite boulders, both western and some on the eastern side of the mountains. And I've been fortunate enough to meet a great crew of people to go climbing with on the weekends, and maybe even sometimes at night after work because it stays light really late, and just explore, find new boulders that have never been climbed before, clean them, get the first ascents, get really excited about finding just new stuff, but then also experiencing classic lines and places like Gold Bar and Morpheus and some of these other places that other people I'm sure have never heard of. But it's a great activity to be part of because it's social, it's physical, it gets you out. Outside, it gets you in some interesting predicaments sometimes.
Oh yes.
But
it's fun. It's super fun.
Absolutely.
So when can we expect your rock climbing board game?
Oh, that is a very, very good question. I will be talking to Helvetiq about that later tonight because it seems like there's a market for it.
There is.
And yeah, we'll see what we can do.
I played a rock climbing VR game. And that was really scary.
Wow.
Because you fall. You fall in the game if you fall. And you
Okay.
climb super, super high.
Uh-huh.
And it's super immersive, and there's audio too.
Oh.
It like gave me the jitters because I've never actually fallen in real life rock climbing outside.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty cautious.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Falling's part of it.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully you are falling a short amount, or you're attached to a rope.
Right.
That's the goal, right?
Exactly.
But you gotta push yourself. Gotta improve.
Mm-hmm.
Try things. Might fail, but then get back up there and try it again.
Just like board games.
Just like board games.
Or packing up.
Yeah,
your
don't give
pallet.
up on the first time. It's okay to dismantle and try it again.
Yes.
If you're not happy with it. So.
Awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you so much for joining me on
Of
the
course.
stream.
Great.